everybody. How you doing? Mike Truscott here, coming at you with episode number five of the Hey Mike series. This one comes from Wishbone Ash superfan, Mr. Derek Thompson, and he's also been a great supporter of me over the last few years. So thanks for the question, Derek, and thanks for all your support, mate. I genuinely appreciate it. So the question is, hey, Mike, which is your favorite venue you ever played? Ooh, there's a big one. Yeah, there are many. There are many venues that all could be, on a list of ones that I've thoroughly enjoyed. Some because they are beautiful buildings and modern and all that kind of stuff, like the CSO in Ankara, for example. Beautiful building, great gig there. That could be there. But the way I'm going to answer this question is kind of in a way that it's a favorite venue because it's not just about the venue, as in the venue, the building, and the stage, effectively. It's about the people, it's about the town, it's about the area, it's about how you were made to feel being there, etc. Now, part of that is because we got an opportunity to stay there for a couple of days. So, you don't always get that opportunity, but this is part of the reason why it is my answer. So anyway, before I do give you the answer, if you would kindly subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. Basically, it doesn't cost you anything. It's just a way of you being notified that I've put a new video up. And in the wonderful world of YouTube, it kind of helps it make its way towards other people, hopefully with similar interests, whether that's Wishbone or drums or music in general. So if you could do that, that would be super appreciated. Okay, so let's get to the question. So which is my favorite venue? Well, let's say I'm going at this for the whole, the big picture kind of thing. I will say, if it was a venue I had to just choose purely for its sheer beauty, its design and its architecture and all that kind of stuff, it would be the CSO in Ankara in Turkey. That place is absolutely phenomenal. And we were very fortunate to play a wonderful show there as well, so that helped. But wonderful city, lovely people, and a super venue. So if you are ever in Ankara and there's a show on, whether it's a band or an orchestra or, whatever it is, honestly, just go and experience the building. You will not regret it. It's beautiful. But this is the answer to this question is more than that. This is to do with the venue in terms of I like the place, I like the people. The gigs were always great. Accommodation was great and convenient. The food was great. The hospitality, you get the idea, the whole shebang, the whole picture. Okay, so the place where I would go, and this is even if somebody said to me, you can only play one more gig, Mike, that's it, one more gig and you have to burn all your sticks, of which that would be a big fire. I would get on a plane and I would go to upstate New York and I would make my way to a small town called Lima. Now, Lima is kind of, if you're familiar with the upstate New York area, Buffalo would be over to your west, Rochester would be to the north, and Albany, which is the capital of New York, most people don't realize that. They always think of it as like Manhattan, etc. But Albany over to the east, which actually we played a beautiful venue there once called the Egg. That was a stunning venue. Again, beautiful, beautiful structure. If you Google it, you'll see it and you'll go, okay, I get it. But that's not what this is about. This is a bigger picture. So in Lima, there's a venue called Fanatics Pub. Now, I can hear you say, a pub. Really, Mike? That's your favourite venue? Yes, it certainly is. And it's run by a gentleman called Jim. Jim is one of the kindest, the most generous people I've ever met in my life. And I don't just say that willy-nilly. I genuinely mean it. A cracking fella with an amazing team of people that work with him. It's a very community-orientated business. It's a very community-orientated town. When we were there, we were embraced and made to feel very much part of it and very welcome. And I don't believe for a second that was just because we were the band and we were in town. That's the default. That's how people are. And again, that's another reason why this venue is so special and my most loved. The gigs themselves, we did 5 in total, 5 shows. The first year we did a single show, and then in 24 and 25 we did 2-nighters, which again adds to the reason why this is a favourite. So what that enabled us to do was to spend a little bit of time in the town, which obviously helped us experience it and be made to feel as welcome as we were, or I certainly felt that way. They got a lovely coffee shop across the road. which sells amazing bagels and coffee and stuff. It's great. It's got a volunteer fire department in the town. There's a hotel, a couple of other bars, single gas station. You get the idea. It's not huge, but people are lovely and they're genuine. They're absolutely genuine. So already, before I've even hit a drum, the place is lovely and it feels great. The shows were always great too. They would sell out. The venue itself, like I say, the venue part of the pub is not huge, holds about 100, 110 people for a seated kind of dinner service thing that would often be in the States. So you could sit down and have a bite to eat and a few beers. So you didn't have to get up and go to the bar and get anything. Everything was kind of brought to you. It's a really cool way of doing it. And, we'd sell out and 100 people would feel like 1,000. It was just amazing. It had a lovely energy to it, a lovely feel to it. And then at the end of the night, you could go to the bar and you could spend time with fans and locals and have a drink. And often we would, we'd be there till the early hours, and then we would stumble to our accommodation, which, if it was available, was there as well. So you didn't have to travel to a hotel and do all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I'm painting a bit of a picture of why I love this place. And I think, I can sum it all up in many ways, because when you're on tour and you are away for weeks at a time, and in the instance of these American tours where we would do the East Coast and Midwest kind of thing, often a UK tour of around 6 weeks would have happened beforehand. Then I'd have a week off at home, and then I'd go away again for another 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm potentially away for, say, 12 out of 13 weeks. And it's very easy to miss home. I have a young son, I have a wife, and I have an elderly cat. And it's very easy to miss home. Absolutely. So when you walk in somewhere that feels homely and welcoming and people are kind, and it's not to say other people weren't, it just felt very homely. And I guess that's partly because it is a very small venue and it's a small town. Some of the bigger venues, people are running around. You meet somebody, but you meet them once and you never see them again. In Fanatics, you don't just see them like that night. You see them when you go for a walk the next day, or you see them in the coffee shop across the corner. And it's a lovely feel of a place. Honestly, it's truly wonderful. Jim's got an amazing business there, and if you ever get a chance to go, honestly, I thoroughly recommend it. Google Fanatics Pub, Lima, Lima. Okay, and if you see an artist or a band that's playing there that you like, right, go there. All right, go there, and if you do, message me, and I'd be surprised if you don't message me by saying, I get it. Okay, because it's very homely. And when you're away for weeks on end, if you can have 2 days of feeling a little bit homely, a little bit warm, a little bit fuzzy, I know that all sounds a bit soft, but that was very important to me on the road. So that is why Fanatics is my favorite venue. Great gig, great people, great food, great beer, lovely little town. And as long as it's not completely covered in snow, it's a nice little place to walk around as well. So anyway, hopefully that answers the question, Derek. As I say, I could mention quite a few venues that are certainly lovely venues, including your very own The Sage, or the Glass House, as I think it's called now, up in Newcastle. Beautiful venue. The Picturedrome in Holmfirth, Mullerhunseken in Switzerland. There's so many beautiful venues and wonderful places with wonderful people, but that's my choice. Fanatics Pub, Lima, New York. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you'd like to ask me a question for a Hey Mike, please do so in the comments. You can reach me through miketruscottdrums.com, send me an email that way. Or by all means, there's Facebook, there's Instagram. There's all sorts of avenues these days. You can even try a carrier pigeon if you want. Don't know how much luck you'll have with that, but, why not? Give it a shot. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. As I say, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, all those things would be greatly appreciated as I try to make my way through Good Ship YouTube. Ta-ta for now.